In October 2022, construction began on a mega project called The Line, a 106-mile-long city in the Saudi Arabian desert. The plan was grand, to accommodate 9 million people within a mere 13 square miles, with sustainability at its core. However, recent research suggests that this linear approach might not be as efficient or sustainable as initially envisioned. So, why do these linear cities fail, and what can we learn from their shortcomings? Let's see in this video. The Line was proposed as a groundbreaking urban development, with skyscrapers lining up in 2 long rows, enclosing the desert city like a wall. The idea aimed to promote sustainability by eliminating cars and relying entirely on emission-free energy. However, mathematicians and physicists argue that this linear design is inherently inefficient. With an average distance of 35 miles between 2 random individuals, the logistical challenges become apparent. What could this mean for the daily lives of residents? How might it affect their social interactions and economic activities? Linear cities seem like an efficient solution, promising reduced reliance on cars and compact living spaces. However, history tells us a different story. Linear cities date back to the late 19th century, with proposals like Arturo Soria's plan for Madrid's expansion. While these concepts offered intriguing possibilities, they often failed to materialize fully. Madrid's linear expansion, for instance, remains camouflaged within the larger urban fabric, highlighting the challenges of linear growth. Why do you think these ambitious plans didn't fully succeed? What lessons can we draw from these historical examples? Linear cities face several inherent flaws that hinder their effectiveness. Firstly, they lack organic growth, relying instead on rigid planning and coordination. This leads to a lack of urban centers, essential for community cohesion and identity. Moreover, linear layouts limit residents' choices, offering only linear pathways for movement. Critics argue that these designs often prioritize efficiency over human needs, leading to a cold and impersonal urban environment. Can you think of other urban designs that might offer more flexibility and community engagement than a linear city? Despite the criticisms, Saudi Arabia pursues these futuristic cities as part of a broader strategy. Traditionally dependent on oil, the Saudi economy is diversifying to reduce its reliance on petroleum revenues. By building attractions like The Line, Saudi Arabia aims to boost tourism and reshape its economic landscape. How do you think The Line will impact Saudi Arabia's appeal to international tourists? Do you believe that such architectural innovations can significantly alter a country's economic dynamics? These segments not only explore the practical challenges of The Line, but also delve into the broader implications of such mega projects on Saudi Arabia's future. Throughout history, linear cities have faced intense criticism, often portrayed in dystopian visions like Superstudio's Continuous Monument. These critiques highlight the dehumanizing nature of linear design and its potential for social isolation. While linear cities offer a utopian ideal of efficiency, they often fall short in providing a fulfilling urban experience. The failure of linear cities in Saudi Arabia serves as a valuable lesson in urban planning. It reminds us that successful cities are more than just efficient machines. They are vibrant, diverse, and adaptable. Instead of imposing rigid linear structures, we should embrace organic growth and community-centric design principles. By learning from past mistakes, we can create cities that are truly sustainable, livable, and inclusive. To understand why linear cities fail, it's essential to explore the evolution of urban planning and design. Historically, cities have grown organically, shaped by factors like geography, culture, and economics. However, the Industrial Revolution ushered in a new era of urbanization, marked by rapid population growth and technological advancements. This period saw the rise of linear cities as a response to the need for efficient transportation and industrial production. Linear cities, with their grid-like layouts and emphasis on linear movement, reflected the mechanistic worldview of the time. Urban theorists like Kevin Lynch describe them as the direct expression of machine values, emphasizing efficiency and order over human experience. However, as cities continued to expand, the limitations of linear design became increasingly apparent. One of the primary challenges of linear cities is their lack of adaptability. Unlike traditional cities, which can expand in all directions, linear cities are constrained by their linear layout. This limits their ability to accommodate population growth and adapt to changing needs over time. Additionally, linear cities often struggle to create vibrant urban centers, as their design prioritizes efficiency over community engagement and social interaction. Another challenge is the issue of accessibility. In linear cities, residents may face long commutes and limited access to essential services and amenities. This can lead to social isolation and inequitable distribution of resources, further exacerbating urban inequalities. Additionally, linear cities often require extensive infrastructure investments, such as transportation networks and utilities, which can be costly and challenging to maintain. Another big issue is the inefficiency of movement within the city. Residents face long commutes and limited access to essential services and amenities, leading to a diminished quality of life. The linear layout maximizes the distance between inhabitants, making social interaction and community engagement challenging. The research paper argues that transforming linear cities into circular ones could offer a viable solution to these challenges. By adopting a circular layout, cities can reduce the distance between residents and promote more efficient movement and connectivity. According to the paper, if the line were transformed into a circle, each kilometer would have roughly 53,000 people, significantly improving accessibility and social cohesion. The research paper compares the proposed circular design to the existing linear layout of the line and other cities like Johannesburg. While linear cities maximize the distance between inhabitants, circular cities promote closer proximity and easier access to essential amenities. For example, in the line, two random inhabitants would be, on average, 57 kilometers apart, whereas in Johannesburg, the distance is only 33 kilometers. This stark contrast highlights the inefficiency of linear urban design and the potential benefits of circular alternatives. To illustrate the challenges of linear cities, let's examine a few case studies from around the world. 1. Brasilia. Brazil. Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, is often cited as a prime example of a linear city. Designed by architect Oscar Niemeyer and urban planner Lucio Costa in the 1950s, Brasilia was conceived as a modernist utopia with its iconic plano piloto layout resembling an airplane. However, Brasilia has struggled to achieve its vision of a vibrant, inclusive city. Its rigid, grid-like layout has led to spatial segregation and social inequalities, with affluent neighborhoods concentrated in the central superquadras and marginalized communities relegated to the periphery. 2. Chandigarh, India. Another example is Chandigarh, the capital of the Indian states of Punjab and Haryana. Designed by renowned architect Le Corbusier in the 1950s, Chandigarh was envisioned as a modernist masterpiece with its grid-like layout and functionalist architecture. However, Chandigarh has faced similar challenges to Brasilia, with issues of spatial segregation, traffic congestion, and environmental degradation. Despite its architectural brilliance, Chandigarh has struggled to create a sense of place and community, leading some critics to question the viability of its linear design. 3. Dubai, UAE. Moving to the Middle East, Dubai offers a contemporary example of a linear city. With its iconic skyline and sprawling highways, Dubai epitomizes the modernist vision of progress and prosperity. However, Dubai's linear development has been criticized for its environmental impact, social inequality, and reliance on migrant labor. The city's rapid growth and expansive infrastructure projects have raised concerns about sustainability and long-term viability. So, what can we learn from these case studies, and how can we chart a more sustainable path forward for urban development? Firstly, it's essential to recognize the limitations of linear design and embrace more holistic approaches to urban planning. Instead of prioritizing efficiency and order, we should focus on creating cities that are livable, inclusive, and resilient. This requires engaging with local communities, respecting cultural diversity, and promoting social equity. Secondly, we must address the root causes of urban inequality and exclusion. This includes investing in affordable housing, public transportation, and social services to ensure that all residents have access to essential amenities and opportunities. Additionally, we need to rethink our relationship with the environment and prioritize sustainability in urban development. Finally, we must foster innovation and creativity in urban design and governance. This means empowering local stakeholders, encouraging experimentation, and embracing diverse perspectives. By harnessing the collective wisdom of communities and experts, we can co-create cities that reflect our shared values and aspirations. The failure of linear cities in Saudi Arabia and elsewhere underscores the need for a paradigm shift in urban planning and design. Instead of pursuing utopian visions of efficiency and order, we should embrace complexity, diversity, and resilience. By learning from past mistakes and engaging with local communities, we can create cities that are truly sustainable, inclusive, and humane. Linear cities may have their place in history, but the future belongs to cities that celebrate the richness and diversity of human life. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content.